Why, hello there, and welcome to the Vboomer podcast. We're just a couple of old ass VTubers who are in our 30s that like to Japanese our way through these sessions and talk to you about the latest trends, topics, and social media possibilities. To my left, well, might be my left, can't tell. I'm directionally challenged. And we
Hi,
got
how's
Kadani,
it going?
and we've got Shades for Shades. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Shades for Shades, a golden retriever, inspired variety streamer. You can catch me on twitch.tv. On that there www.twitch.tv, I tell you what. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, likewise. You can find me on Twitch as well. I'm Kirari Mochizuki, and I am also a variety streamer, I guess. I just do whatever.
And I'm Sergeant Sage, because I didn't introduce myself in the opening. I don't think. And
No,
I
you
also
didn't.
stream on Twitch, and I also do a variety of stuff, which you can find me on Twitch normally on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but not this week. Well, actually, no, that doesn't make sense for this one.
Bro, they
No.
don't know that we're doing a double. Now that they know, now that the cat's out of the bag,
They're aware.
they're aware.
They are aware.
We've broken the fourth wall.
So,
Skynet is real. The AI is taking over.
and they use VTubers to do it. Comment section.
Yep,
Speaking
yep.
of comment section, leave a like, leave a comment. We want this video to take off. So hopefully we can start making some money and we can hire actual editors for this crap. And eventually, you know, we can go to conventions and do like panels and stuff like that.
And we can hire researchers to research some
Like
topics
give
for
us
us. So
actual
we don't have to do all the
topics
heavy
to
work.
talk, right?
Yeah.
Because right now we're just three homies hanging out, having a few beers. Don't worry, they're all not drinking today again. So I'm drinking beer for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I'm
back to
reverse
the whole
Greg.
thing about reverse regnant.
Yeah, reverse Greg.
Perganaganate.
Reverse Perganante.
Perganante.
Reverse pistachio.
Back to the
We're
to the
going
Skynet
Omega first there.
and VTubers being controlled by the Skynet and so here's a question. Do you think
Okay.
Skynet would spare VTubers? You think
No.
like we're the people that get to live because we brought on the digital apocalypse?
No, we get taken over first, so we can
Oh,
influence others.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, the threat of death, we have to influence others to be pro AI.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we get killed.
But as a VTuber,
what
that's
we're
next to
gonna-
impossible because everyone in the VTuber sphere immediately jams a giant fucking log up their ass whenever you talk about AI anything these days.
I get the certain points. Like I understand
Like-
AI taking art away from artists, but AI art is still pretty cool. But I don't think
It
you should be
is.
able to make money off of AI art
No.
unless
No.
you created the AI
Yeah.
yourself
Mm.
and not somebody just going out and asking an AI to make something for them and then they go out to sell it. If you were the
Yeah.
original inventor of the AI, anything that AI makes is now your property,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you can go from there. I can
So-
see that being a thing, but
I have a question on that topic though.
sure.
If you could name your art AI or AI program, what would you name it? Kiri, you're first. I don't know if you're gonna have that many characters to say. But like I can try.
I don't know, Abyss.
All right,
Yes,
Abyss.
okay.
And then you could go Dark Abyss for the premium version.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mhm.
All right. All right. All right. What does our old man in the middle say?
I'm going to have to go with Soul Juice.
Where are you getting that soul juice from?
Do you not see my cup? How it says Soul Juice on it? It's a product
Okay.
placement.
All right. So are you sitting down?
You squeeze
Go
souls,
ahead.
yes. You squeeze souls
There you
into a
go.
fine pulp, and
What?
then you put it through a macerator to fine it even more, and then you eventually get down to the point where you squeeze it through a cheesecloth and you get soul juice.
Just like some of my cultured Japanese mangas. Ha!
Oh, wow. Yep.
And Kiri's
Not only that,
like,
but
what?
my AI steals your soul. So I mean, that's
Mm.
So mine is literally going to be called Ball Thonglers 69 420 XX. And you're like, why is that? Because
porn sells.
no, it's gonna do nothing for that. It's literally just gonna just that's the name of it. It stands out because you think it's a porn. Uh, you know what? Seal's already broken because you think it's a generative AI that does porn. It's not. Because everything else, but
Yeah,
it will
because
do
the
suggestive
generative
stuff.
the generative AI that's out
Yeah.
there right now has a lot of safeguards so that way you can't do that, and that is more for
How the hell did Johnny Somali figure out how to get around those?
that is more for protection of children and minors,
Yeah.
because anybody could just go to the AI and be like, "Hey, just do this image
Yeah.
of this and
Yeah. Yeah.
insert minor here," you
Yeah.
know, and that would
Creepy
be terrible.
shit.
No, yeah,
Like Johnny Somali did.
blah, 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 blah.
You know they're
Yeah.
gonna throw the book at him for 35 plus years now.
Have they started the trials
Yes.
actually yet?
Yes, they've added
Okay.
more charges since they've started the trial. He actually showed up
So-
drunk off his ass to day one.
He did. My favorite blue man on the internet covered some of this, and he actually said that I guess in Korea there is a tradition where if you put your thumb, or it's your fingers, it's certain fingers or your thumb in the judge's mouth, they can't speak against you or something like that.
Oh god!
Which means that
did he try this?
No, but the blue man on the internet wants him to, because it would just be more content for him.
Bro, I feel that.
I'm actually gonna look this up real quick.
Oh god. Oh my
I've
god.
never heard of that before.
So
Never heard of this at all either.
Hmm.
So how's everybody's YouTube channels doing while he's looking that up? Theory, is your channel doing good?
I mean, I checked the other day and I had like 42 subscribers. I'm like, what?
I'm at 180.
Ooh,
When did that happen?
I
Right?
think I'm sitting at 142.
On your personal channel?
Yeah, my personal channel.
On your YouTube?
Oh no, I don't have a YouTube channel. I thought we were talking about Twitch.
You need to make an official YouTube channel so that way you can reply to some comments. Me and Kira out
Listen,
here, we're getting our ass.
listen. I don't have time to sit down and edit. If I was going to make a YouTube channel, I would also want time to edit.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Comment section. I'm literally gonna take Sergeant Sage numbers 1 through 68. So that way he literally can only be Sergeant Sage VT 69.
You know, I could just make a Sage YouTube channel without Sergeant in
Nope,
front of
I'm
it.
gonna take that too.
It beats that issue.
I'm gonna take that too. Doing it. It'd be funny. Right up until YouTube bans me for squatting on usernames. Which I can see him doing.
Me.
What does it remind you of?
I was making sure that I had actually like exported my latest VOD because I don't edit. I just like throw my VODs on YouTube and I just leave it at that. So I just like yeet. But like
Cracking open another
everything
can.
apart
Well,
from like my
this may
latest
or
VOD
may
is
not be a
uploaded.
thing. This could be a thing that the blue man on the internet wants Johnny Somali to do, so he's just saying that that's a thing.
All right, bet.
'Cause even the AI doesn't come up with anything, which you figured they would.
Bro. So it's a fake. You can't actually do this. We are literally rage baiting Johnny Somali into doing stupid shit, so he just gets locked into a Korean prison forever.
Yeah.
So
probably.
at what point are we racist for saying nothing of value is lost?
I don't know. So something did come up when I did put, if you put a thumb in the judge's mouth, South Korea, what happens? It says in South Korea, placing a thumb in the judge's mouth would be considered a severe form of assault. So you'd be assaulting the judge. So don't do that. Whatever you do.
Oh, so that's why he
it-
wants Johnny to.
maybe it is. Yeah, it is considered physical assaults.
I'm pretty sure that's just assault anywhere. Not
Yeah,
yeah.
specifically
Just like
Korea.
sticking your fingers in someone's fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Hey, would that activate my superpower? Comment section.
No.
Don't listen to Kiri. Comment section. Go watch Go watch episode 5.
Watch the previous episode for
Yeah.
context.
Bro,
Mhm.
so can we talk about something?
I mean, that's why we're here, isn't it?
I hope so. This is literally just an excuse to socially drink amongst friends for me. The cat's out of the bag now, chat. We're comment section.
What?
Comment section.
I didn't bring a bag. How am I out of a bag? I didn't bring one.
Get back in the sack.
No, you're gonna throw me in the river.
Whoa, this took a turn.
Damn.
Jesus.
It's self-preservation. I'm turning.
What in
I'm
the
turning the
creme
audience
de la
against.
Egger is going on?
I'm turning
right
the
now?
audience against you because now they think
What
you're
in
gonna
the
throw me
creme
in
de
the
la Egger is going on?
river.
Cyanide.
You
that's
know
what's
what that
going on.
reminds me? That reminds me that I can't believe that. What was it? Did Disney do the Aristocrats? The
Did they
Aristocats.
remake the
Yes.
Aristocat? Oh,
And in the original animation that they did for it, I thought that like, the cats were thrown in a bag in the river.
they were.
I might be misremembering.
I'm
They
pretty
were.
sure
They were
yeah.
also poisoned.
Yeah, can you? They were poisoned too. That's right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that being
Having
in a
to
movie
animate that?
today, or having to animate that? But that being in a
Mhm.
movie today, do you realize like your company would be done?
Yeah,
done.
that would not go well overall
Uh-uh.
today. Definitely not.
All right.
Oh,
So,
Thought about this from the last podcast
What?
before we move on.
yeah.
Pick a celebrity and
And
you have to turn their name into a cookie.
bro, this is the weird. What?
What?
Mark Wahlberg, Mark Walnutberg. There you go.
That doesn't
What?
sound like.
What? Oh, okay. Look, we're not.
So okay, for example,
Yeah.
Jason Momoa could be Jason Samoa because of the Samoan
The
cookies
Girl
for
Scouts of America
Girl
now want to
Scouts,
know
yeah.
your location.
Actually, as a matter of fact, the Girl Scouts can no longer use Samoa for their cookie name for that. They
Yeah.
actually had to rename it because the original company that was making the Girl Scout cookies told them that they couldn't use the name when they switched companies to make the cookies.
Right?
Is this Samoa a cookie?
Yeah.
So
It's like
this
a
nasty,
coconut caramel.
gross
It's not
caramel
nasty, it's
coconut.
delicious.
They use shitty synthetic
chocolate
coconut.
drizzled?
I will die on this hill. Ugh. Tagalongs for life.
I mean, I try them out. I'm not really that much of a sweet tooth, but I try them.
They are
Fair.
so good. And I love coconut. I love it.
Gross.
You're gross.
Eh.
No, you.
Bruh.
We're throwing out the
I
Uno cards
literally
now.
cannot think of another freaking celebrity. Oh, I got one. No, I don't. I was trying to work like a no bake Leonardo DiCaprio in there because he's got like a certain age limit, so you can't bake the cookies because otherwise they're too old. I can't think of a goddamn name.
Well, they can
Frick.
also be biscuits because biscuits are a type of cookie in the UK. You can
Okay,
use anything.
Biscuits are better than cookies. I'm sorry.
They are. Honestly,
I don't like the gooey center cookies. I'm sorry.
yeah. I was about to say that. I brought up Jammy Dodgers last time, and you were just like, "Those are gross," and I was
They
like,
are
"How could you hate
gross.
those? They're delicious."
Easily.
I love me a good Jammy Dodger.
Disgusting.
I will nom them. Well,
Oh,
not
what-
now, but I would nom them all day.
No.
The ones I've been like kind of obsessed with lately are just like simple biscuits, but like they're covered in chocolate. Like they just have like chocolate like melted over them. They're so good. And I was so upset because like I bought a box because like I get my groceries home delivered because I don't drive.
Lucky.
And they gave me the boxes. And I
Mhm.
didn't notice anything wrong until I like opened one of the boxes up like a few days later, and they gave me the wrong cookies, and they were wafers instead, and they were not nice at all. That was so
Oh.
sad.
Hmm. As much as I would love to keep talking about delicious cookies, what were you going to move us on to, Shades, before I derailed
So,
everything because I'm a cat and I said, push.
Shylily debuted a new outfit this week.
Oh, did she?
Oh.
She did. It is like some, like... Oh, okay, so here's the deal. You guys know that I'm very much an enjoyer of, like, you know, VTuber anime physics and the wiggle jiggle.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
Mhm.
This is a great outfit, but there's too much wiggle jiggle for this outfit, and it's throwing me for a loop.
Wait,
Because I'm
is
just
that
like,
the Kill Bill outfit?
no,
The yellow?
no, it's not a yellow outfit. It literally looks like she's going on like a ski resort vacation kind of thing.
Oh, I see it now. It's cute.
It looks great, but like her chest physics are just a touch too high, and I'm just like, I would turn that up just a little bit to make him not like all wiggly jiggly, but just like, you know, a believable amount of wiggle.
Mm.
I'm not seeing it. I even typed in Shylily new outfit and images, and it didn't.
You should probably log into your Twitter account and go see it on your Twitter account, because she posted it on her fucking Twitter account. The future is now, old man. Comment section.
It
We've gone like
returns.
3 episodes without saying that.
It returns.
The future is now, old man.
It looks really good. I'm super excited to see her doing this new outfit, but it just
Oh,
a little.
the hairstyle was different for it too.
Yeah, her whole outfit is really good. But like I said, I just want a little less wiggle jiggle. Just a small amount of wiggle jiggle, and I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, like,
Somebody did art of the new outfit, and it's 2 cannons, 1 gun.
right?
It's cute. I like it.
It's very well done. I really enjoy it. It makes her look like she's going on like a ski resort kind of vacation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
So that's just this week for me. I was like, wait, Shiloh's doing a new, and it looks so cool.
Yeah, be good at it again.
Comment section. Did we tell the comment section already that they need to like and tell their friends and leave comments, so that way this goes through the YouTube algorithm ceiling and we become famous? Did we do that?
Famous? What's this thing called famous? I live in a small town where we do not have access to any outside information. So how can I be famous?
Bro,
I don't know what's going on.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Shh, it's fine. It's fine. Fine. I literally just want to go to one convention, like the 3 of us, get a panel, have us all go into our little, you know, our streaming booths, come out, and then just get really, really wrecked. The kids that like Rick and
That
Morty
has
these
so
days,
many
right?
contexts right there.
I am
can't
talking like
unpack that on
stumble
this
down
podcast.
drunk on a Tuesday. Actually, most conventions end on Tuesday.
I was
Stumble
gonna
down
say.
drunk on a Saturday.
So are you saying that
Friday at most.
we would go and do a panel, or we would actually
we would go and be the panel.
Hey, you did not let me finish. Go as our actual selves, or would we go as avatars? Okay, so
Avatars.
we basically have like a screen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could do this as avatars, and then we could meet up IRL, and we could all agree on like a weird password, like
Zanzibar?
pineapple pinstripe Zanzibar pound cake, and like if you don't get the whole thing, we'll be like, that's the boy.
I
Or
could go
that's
for
the
some angel
girl.
food cake with some macerated strawberries over the top of it with some whipped cream.
Gross.
Mm.
Sorry, Grandma
Gross.
Shades. It was nasty then. It's nasty now.
It's not gross if you make it right.
Also, shout out to Grandma Shades.
Shout out to Grandma Shades.
It's officially 9 years as of this past week.
And it's mother. Well, dang
Yep.
it.
Yep. So I want you to know I've called my grandfather like 3 or 4 times this week. Shout out to my granddad. You're never gonna watch this, probably, more than likely. He don't get on that internet. He's like, boy, I use the internet to check my stocks and play my puzzle games. And I'm
Well,
like,
he appreciates you doing your videos.
oh yeah,
He's like, boy, you get on with your programs now.
oh god. Okay, so on to like less depressing, more enraging topics. Um, comment section. Is it okay for your oshi to have a secret boyfriend or girlfriend, or do you actually want to know about it? Because like don't hide shit.
Is this discussion back again?
Oh, it's back again, and I'm just like this whole week. I'm like, it's 2025. Why the hell are we talking about it?
I would ask who hurt you, but I know who hurt you. So
No, like it's back on. Like, remember a couple episodes ago we talked about that whole like bullshit Twitter cycle where like
yeah.
VTuber Twitter
Yeah.
goes through like this cycle of crap. Well, we're back on your oshi shouldn't be able to. Or it I'm just like, bro.
Let people do what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Honestly,
If they want to
their
hide it, let
personal
them
life,
hide it.
their personal life is none of your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not unless they share it with you, and then it becomes the world's business.
Mm-hmm.
But like, also don't shame people for like coming out and being like, "Hey, so you know what I mean?"
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering what channel it's had the worst effect on for somebody that. Well, I mean, we'll just go ahead and we'll use a female streamer as an example because we know that.
Oh, like Cinder?
Well, not that percent. What I'm getting at is like
No, not again.
so their community is filled with people that see themselves having a relationship with the streamer. In most cases, it's guys in their audience versus a girl streamer.
Yeah.
And they find out that the girl streamer is dating somebody. I wonder what the biggest mass exodus of viewers is. Like which streamer got hit the hardest because people found out that they had an SO or
I've seen
partner.
and this is like another indie that I don't talk to anymore because I think they dropped out. And if they didn't, they probably blocked me and I can't tell if they're streaming anymore. But like, you know what? Whatever. I hope you're doing good. Literally, she was like, "Oh yeah, I've had this." She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch anime with my friend after we get done streaming," and I'm like, "That's weird." And she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go watch anime again with my friend," and I'm like, "Bro, if you're trying to be like, hey, I'm totally boning somebody, I don't want to know that. That's your prerogative." Literally, like 2 weeks later, she's like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend," and she had like 4,000, 5,000.
Okay.
Like she was on track to be partner, and like now, and she literally lost, she's 400 follows.
Okay.
And she went from a CCV of like 70 to 40.
Yeah. Yeah.
God
I don't know. I don't know if that's a good example, but I don't know if that's like the biggest. I don't know if
No.
that's
Nah, it probably isn't.
God, probably not.
I think though, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up Mousy and Connor because like I always feel like they're always in a will they
They
won't
no,
they situation.
they have to be.
Always.
They have to be.
Always.
I
They
would be
have
more
to-
surprised if they're not.
I
Yeah.
need. Oh, God.
But my thing is too is just like they kind of built it to be the will they want. Like you never know.
Yeah.
And so like they're both protected. Like even if they found out that they weren't dating somebody, or even if they found out that those two were together, like nothing, like their viewers aren't going to do anything to them. So like in a situation like that,
There would be
Oh,
riots
man.
and celebrations in the street at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah,
That would be.
I think it's hilarious too because I think sometimes the way that I think it might be Mousy's editor titles some of the videos. They're
Oh,
like
yes.
clickbait titles
Yes.
that involve her and Connor, and I'm just like, is this the final day? Is it announced that
is
it's
it now?
official?
Is
And
it
I go and I
final?
click it, and it's just like some random video of a past stream where they
They're getting a
hinted
little
at
cutesy
the
with
will
each
they, won't
other.
they, and it was like, oh god, come on.
I want to say the latest that I've seen from Mousy being like, will they, won't they, kind of, just are they not? And she's like, "Oh yeah, no, me and my family, we've prepped a stream room for Connor when he comes over, because that was the first thing he asked about when he was gonna come and stay. Can he stream?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, just do it, please."
Well, it's funny too because Mousy brings up the stories about her mother asking about what about that boy on the internet
Right?
all the time,
Right?
like, and I'm just like, oh, look, even your mom wants this to happen. Like, Connor's been such a positive influence. Mousy's had
Everywhere.
tons of positive influence
They
over the
Yeah,
both
years,
have
but
everywhere.
yeah, but just like,
definitely.
yeah, you know.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
So then
Yeah.
ultimately, if you were to take a bet, would you take the they will or the they won't side of the
Oh
argument?
god. Kira, you're
I'm
gonna
definitely
jump
on
on
the
this
they
one.
will.
On the they will?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What
Because
about you, Shades?
I'm gonna be antagonistic. They already have other people in their lives, and they're literally just playing this for internet clout.
Nothing wrong with being devil's advocate.
also,
Also
I
because
would
I
probably bet on the will they because the amount of time and money spent for the things that they do together.
yeah. I mean, Connor goes out of his way to get mousy cinema rolls
Yeah.
from the Crane
What?
games in Japan.
what?
Mhm,
Oh
mhm.
fuck! I'm gonna end up owing both of you so much drinks if and when we meet up. Fuck.
I literally have like a conversation like once every like 2 weeks with one of my friends, like
Mhm.
because she watches like a lot of clips from Mousy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time she's like, "Why can't I just tell everyone that they're that they're together?" And I'm like,
Bro, because the internet will literally explode and catch
yeah.
fire and not
Mhm.
at the same time.
A lot of
Oh,
it like stems from like Japanese idol culture.
It does, yeah. It's definitely a shipping culture.
Mm.
so about that idol culture nonsense. It's not nonsense. I shouldn't say it like that. That sounds disrespectful. Okay, so about that idol culture crap.
Uh-huh.
Fuck, I did it again.
Mhm.
So about that idol culture stuff, there are literally new VTubers coming out right now. I've sent some links. I'm
Mhm.
looking for one more link. Please continue to talk and back me up. In the meantime, because I have some things to discuss.
Okay.
So so this
Here
will
we
probably
go.
lead kind of into the topic that he's trying to touch on, at least from one of the posts that he sent.
Oh, these are
Um,
profiles. One of them's a profile, another one's a post. Sorry, my bad.
okay.
Mhm.
So the first one that you posted shows like a mother daughter thing, and I know a
Yeah.
lot of people play on that trope, even if they're not related. They're like, "Oh no, this is my mother." Da da da. How do you feel about the VTubers that they'll make a small model for their children, and their children will pop into the stream and be on their stream with them? As a father of a child who wanted to make content on the internet, and me and her mother profusely told her no, she wasn't old enough. Having a young child on your stream as a mod, I'm trying to think of the YouTuber that comes to a VTuber that comes to mind, but she's a sheep VTuber, and like sometimes her kid gets on, and he's got like I don't remember if it's a girl or boy, have a little sheep model, that's kind of like theirs, and so like when they're playing like kitty games and things like that on the internet, like how do you guys feel about that? Like involving kids like that as a
So
content creator?
here's the deal. I
Mhm.
think that if done correctly, and by correctly I mean you're not forcing the kid to be on your stream,
Mhm.
Mhm.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Like every so often, if you want to do like some hee hee ha ha kind of thing,
Mhm.
pop off. But otherwise, like, I don't feel like it should be a permanent thing at all.
So would it fall under the realm of exploitation, kind of like how those YouTubers that do their family
Oh,
YouTuber
those family blogger.
accounts,
Oh,
yeah, the family bloggers, and they kind of like they do silly, sometimes even crazy stuff that involves their kids just to get views because like I can't believe those parents did that to their kids.
Oh God. So that's the slippery slope line.
Yeah,
Crap.
that's the slippery
Yeah.
slope.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if it would apply in the VTuber sphere at all because you don't know if that's an actual kid or if that's somebody playing as the kid and doing a small child voice, you know.
True.
So I mean, is it the same thing? Is it something that needs to be discussed or worried about in future VTuber things?
I think is an avenue to like have VTubers, you know, be like, hey, I've got a kid. I think that's okay. As long as
Well,
it's
yeah.
not getting
If you
weird
say you have a
exploity,
kid.
and like as long as your kid's not in your stream every single freaking day, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like there's a line. But
Like,
no,
I think it can be cute, but mm,
like if you approach the like VTuber or not, if you approach those YouTuber family blog accounts, no, stop.
yeah,
Because
that I
otherwise
can
it's
agree
just
on.
weird, man.
Yeah.
Like it's one thing to like have your kid pop on the stream every now and again, like you know, if you want to be like, hey chat, we're doing a hand cam stream today, and we're gonna be tasting some candy and some sweets and stuff like that. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know, it's just like I want to play Minecraft with my kid. That's fine.
I don't know. I don't know if I know if Shades isn't a parent. If he is, he doesn't know it.
Bro.
I can't speak for Kirati, but as a parent myself, I wouldn't want my child to make any content on the internet until they were an adult because then they can choose and they know how to protect themselves and
yeah.
I think involving small children in content like that or just young kids in content like that can be a slippery slope, especially if they get lots of recognition for it. Because then they're going to see that all the things that they do online are okay. But not the internet's a dangerous place.
God, yes.
Like
it is.
I remember my daughter asked me one time. She's like, hey, this guy wants to know. This guy that I made friends with wants to know what state I live in.
Nope.
And I said, whatever you do, you can make up where you live, but whatever you do, you do not give them any information that can lead them back to you. Obviously, you know, if somebody really wants to know, they can check the IP address and they'll at least figure out what state you're in. But at the same time, it's just like, no, you don't like.
I don't think a lot of these Zoomers were taught internet safety.
As a Vtuboomer and as an almost 40-year-old, I think kids really shouldn't have access to the internet unless it's for academic purposes until they're of a certain maturity level. And you're going to be like, well, that excludes kids from playing video games online and things like that. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm just an old man who forgot that kids were on summer vacation one day and asked why they weren't in school.
An old man who's literally had another man pay for his EverQuest account.
No, I didn't. I didn't make them do that.
You almost did, though.
No, I didn't.
Well, he almost did. I remember the story.
I turned him down. Though the story was, I told him that I wouldn't be able to pay for my account anymore because my parents shut it down, but I didn't tell him my parents were going to shut it down. And he offered to give me his credit card information to keep paying for my account, and I turned him down. I was 15 years old at the time, which is surprising. I was smart enough to be like, no.
So yeah, we say this because we've seen some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
We've been on the internet while it was still very much the Wild West.
I miss those days.
Same though.
Where you could log into a website and it just would be like
meow meow.
You'd see some factory worker about to get his legs just chopped off by something. I'd be like, damn. Look, I spent a lot of time watching live leak shit. I'm sorry.
Like I said, you just need a VPN and you can still see that shit.
I shut Live Leak down.
No, yeah, I understand that, but most news outlets from other countries don't censor things like, and I don't like the fact that they show this on
Okay.
TV, but they will show beheadings on TV in other countries that aren't the US
I hate
because it's
that.
considered news. Yeah.
Damn.
Like they report the news and stuff like that, and it's like
Sometimes that's the news. Fuck.
Eesh.
yeah, but yeah, no. But you could still find that stuff. It's just you gotta know where to look
All
and
right.
how to look.
Bet.
Yeah.
Bro. You know
Bro?
one thing that kids will not understand nowadays?
What's that?
The red ring of
Walkman.
death.
Oh, okay.
The
I said
It was an
something
ring,
older
Xbox
than
thing,
what you
right?
the red
Yeah,
ring
the
of
Xbox thing.
death. Yes.
Do you remember when they were just like, oh, yeah, if you get the red ring of death and you can't get it back, you just preheat your oven and you put your Xbox in the oven and it will fix the red ring of death.
Right?
Do you remember that
Yeah.
when they were saying that? And
Yeah.
it wasn't
What?
anything like official. It was just on the internet. You'd be like, how do
Yeah.
I fix the red ring of death? And you'd come across like I don't know
There
if
were
Reddit
oh,
existed
okay, so
back
there
at that
were
point.
two sources.
but-
One said like set your oven to like 250, put your Xbox in there for 2 minutes
Upside down.
upside down. The other was like, okay, so take your Xbox, put it in the freezer, and then wrap it in
Uh-huh.
towels.
Yep.
And Kiri's just like, what the shit?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this catch missing knowing you'll find Mew under the truck kind of
Right,
bullshit?
right.
Yeah.
But people
That's
were doing this
essentially
with
what it was.
$300 gaming consoles back in 2008.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I actually owned a Xbox that had a red ring. And like my parents I was gonna try and put it in the goddamn freezer. And my parents are like, what the hell are you doing? We're like, it's broken, I'm trying to fix it. And they're like, no, go on the company website. Because at this point it had been like 2 years into like the Xbox 360's lifespan. And Microsoft was just like, frick, we got caught with our pants down. We didn't put the right spacers on the board. So it was literally shorting out because it was contacting with one of the metal sides inside of the unit. So it was shorting the whole circuit board. Yeah, Kiri.
Yep.
Microsoft did this. And they released like millions of units with this. So I literally spent 2.5 weeks of my life while all of my homies were trying to play Halo with me, going, don't got Xbox, guys.
I never got
Oh
the red
my
ring of death,
God.
luckily.
I did.
I never had an Xbox. I just heard the stories.
Right?
Speaking of which, fun fact of the I think it was the original PS1,
Yeah.
or may have been the PS2. The original model of one or the other, the laser would actually heat up over time and slowly kind of like melt the plastic that it was encased in.
Yes,
And
I heard
so
about
you-
this.
You had to like flip it over and turn it on, so that way it would reheat and melt the other way to fix it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, silly stuff. Like, yeah, it's like, come on, console makers. Like, what you knew, you knew.
Hmm.
Okay, I think it was the PS. Oh, okay. So I literally do Sony optical, and it's like Sony PS1 optical drive repair.
Mhm.
Oh my god. You know what else these
All
young
right.
little shits aren't gonna get?
Walkman.
No. Hold on. We gotta stay at least when they were born, not when
I
they
miss
were,
my
not when
Walkman.
their parents were trying to get together.
Same.
Yo, same. Although
It's fun.
the Zune was a mighty machine. So
I had a Sony one.
So, we will talk about our favorite nuggets here in a minute. But
I like Dino Nuggies.
not those kind of nuggets. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
this generation, like the freaking the Vzoomers,
The
if you will,
Vzoomers?
the
Is there going to be a
Vzoomers.
Vzoomer cast coming out?
Yeah, the fucking Vzoomers are never gonna get like your Xbox disc is so scratched up or your PS1 disc is so scratched up that like you beg your parents to go get one of those like disc repair things from like the mall, the store.
I remember the
and then
disc
you're
repairs.
sitting there panicking, going, please work, please work, please work while you're cranking this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was literally you would put this fluid
Yeah.
onto the disc side of it, and then you put it in this little buffer / polisher thing.
Yeah.
And like you would literally have to hand crank it like
Yeah.
you're churning some butter.
Yeah, like you're churning butter.
And like you just had to pray to God that you didn't like shave off enough to where
Right?
it couldn't be readable anymore.
Oh my god.
Right? We're from a different time,
they
a
also
different breed.
they also won't ever understand the pain of having to take your NES apart so that way you can clean it so that
no.
way it will play again.
What? I don't remember.
Yeah, I
this.
used to. So what was it? There was some contacts that had issues in the
Okay.
NES back in the day, and if like it got too dirty or dusty on the inside,
It
my
would just
grandma used
bridge
to
the
take me
gap?
to. Yeah, my grandma would take me to this repair store, right? And the guy would open it up and he'd like do his thing and he'd fix it. Well, the guy was the coolest guy ever because he taught me how to fix it so I could do it at
Yeah.
home. Yeah. Can you imagine that? You give away your business of fixing these
Probably
NESs
because he
by
was
just
tired of seeing
teaching
you
a
guys in the
child?
store.
Well, it was probably because I was living with my grandma at the time, and so you see a grandmother come in with a young kid, and you're probably like, well, I don't want this grandmother to probably who doesn't have a lot of money
Right?
to have to keep
Yeah.
coming back in here and paying us, and so maybe it was a kindness thing and not a I freaking hate you guys. Go
Freaking
away.
hate
I'm
this
gonna teach you
kid.
this so you never come back again. Stop rubbing your boogers on the display stand, you brat.
I can think of one more thing that they'll never get,
All right, what you
and
got?
that is having to wait for your pictures to be developed.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Mhm.
that's right
I was
up
actually
there.
talking. Yeah, I was talking about it with a friend yesterday because, like, I went out yesterday touching grass like proper adults,
Yeah.
and I took my my Polaroid camera because I've
Mhm.
got a Polaroid camera, because I really like photography, just for like chill like hobby
Yeah.
stuff. But like, I was just like reminiscing about like just old pictures, and I remembered like my parents gave me like a kiddie camera, like when I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something, but it had like actual film.
Yep.
And I remember that we went on a holiday and we went on a hike, and I like slipped in like a tiny
Ooh.
stream or whatever. So my camera got wet. So all like the pictures from like the kitty cam were like damaged by water.
No.
When they finally came back after like 2 weeks.
So, have either of you actually developed film before?
No,
No.
I have. I actually
Really?
developed my own film when I was growing up. Yes,
God.
I had
That's
to go
awesome.
work in a dark room and everything. It was
That's
actually
awesome.
a course at my high school that we got to do.
Oh, you were the
Yeah.
photography club nerd.
No, I wasn't in a photography club. It was called like
Oh,
digital arts or
photography
something like
and
that.
arts. Yeah.
Well, no, it
Oh,
was digital
God.
arts because
That's
they
worse.
had multiple different things in there where it was like you could make your own print design and put it on a printing press and actually
Okay.
print it. You could make your own T-shirts. Like it was just the different types of media, and so cameras was a type of media. And then you also had to worry about Johnny huffing the air duster in the back too. I mean, he was But anyways, no, used to go to the dark room all the time. I do not have dark room stories though. Like I had been in there with a few girls, but not in that way. Like we were geeking out
Not
over
playing any
developing
grab
film.
ass. Okay. Hey, that'd be a time my superpower would work, chat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, you would have to go back and watch the last
Yeah,
cast
you
to figure out
should.
our superpower.
Go watch episode
arc.
5.
Episode 5.
All right. So we're gonna circle back to our circle back. To our circle back.
Yes.
What was your favorite MP3, MP4 nugget?
I've never owned an Apple product before I became a streamer.
All right, so he doesn't own. He's never owned a nugget.
No,
Not even like a Zune.
I
Not even
upgraded
like
from my Walkman to my CD player, and I kept my CD player until smartphones came out and you could play music off those.
Oh my
what?
god.
No. How?
Yeah.
How?
What do you mean how? What do you mean how?
Bro,
It's not hard.
Bro, I ditched the CD player the minute I was given a device that could hold more than 7 albums.
Nope.
And even then, it could only hold 12. So I was like,
I'm
so all the
older
Caesar
than you by
albums-
at least 5 years, Shades. By at least
I
4
know.
or 5 years. So it would have been different for me. You would have had access
Not
to
by
technology
much.
well, sooner than I did.
No.
Or you would have been introduced to it more than I was.
Okay.
Besides,
Wait.
do you know how bad it is to bring something that expensive overseas when you're on a deployment in the military? When you could easily lose a CD player.
All right.
Not a couple $100 or however much they were back in the day.
Oh, okay. So I will
Devices.
tell you this.
That's fair.
I had a SanDisk Sansa M24.
I will say I like the sound quality of 8-tracks better though.
What?
What do you mean what?
All right then. I guess.
Man, no
I have
sense
one
of
of
quality
the-
here. Jeez. Shades. I'm calling you out, Shades.
I had
All
one
right.
of like the first like few iPods.
Oh, the shuffle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
hold,
not
like
even a
2
shuffle.
albums.
It was like the shuffle were like the really small ones. No, I had like a proper big one, like the big one.
All right, so you just had an iPod. Gotcha.
Yeah, just like a classic iPod when they were like still like really thick.
I did
they
buy one
were
of the first smartphones though.
Yeah.
And
All right, what
when I bought one of the
smartphone did you
first,
get?
it was a Windows phone that came out
Oh,
in
God, that's
2000, 2006 or 2007, probably 2007.
Yeah.
A Windows phone that came out, and it was like the first smartphone, I think, and at least one with an actual good system on it. And just like, yeah, no, I put my music on that.
And then they phased out the Windows Phone a year later.
Hush.
I
I used
was
that thing for 4
there.
years.
How were you still supported for anything?
Just because they didn't update it didn't mean that I couldn't use it as a phone, dummy. I didn't have money to buy a new phone. I spent it all on the Windows phone. Jeez. You got
Oh
made
my
of money. I
God.
have Daddy Warbucks over here, and he comes sit on my knee.
You're a
I'm
literal
gonna tell you a
sergeant.
story.
How do you not have money?
I wasn't a sergeant then.
So you were an E4
Mm-mm.
or a Sergeant E4? Fuck,
I was an
don't know.
E2. I was an
Oh,
E2 at
God.
the time.
And then
Can't
you got
afford that.
and then you got the E4 promotion right before you got out, right?
Yeah, I got the E4 was right before I got. I didn't even get to.
You
I
didn't even get to
taste-
E4 Mafia that? You just were like,
I didn't
hey,
even get to eat. I didn't even get to taste the sweet nectar of being an E4 and actually making good money.
oh no.
But it's fine. It's fine.
So did they let you keep your E4 Mafia plaque?
No. All my records shit state I'm an E4. So yes.
Nice.
On my ID it says I'm an E4. I'm a staff sergeant. Well, I was a staff sergeant. Technically, I still am. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
All right, bet. Fucking Windows Phone.
So can we circle back to the circle back and figure out why you posted these things from Twitter that are in a language that I can't read?
Listen here, old man. Log into Twitter Translate.
I am on Twitter.
Hit the translate button. I
The
swear to
second
God,
one doesn't translate.
translate the
I-
bio. Oh wait, the
I
bio
opened my
is useless.
Twitter again.
Yeah, the bio is useless.
We'll go to her pinned comment. It's literally her explaining who she is.
The future may be now, young man, but this old man still don't get it.
I hate it.
Like I'm clicking the hamburger and it doesn't say anything about translating. And everyone's just like, what the heck is the hamburger? Well, you programmers would know what a hamburger is. But the hamburger is the three dots.
Don't
It's
bullshit.
the three dots.
Okay, so
Now that my co-hosts are thoroughly fried from laughing too much, we can move on.
We're
So
not
what are
moving
these things
on.
that you? No, what are these things that you posted? I want to talk about them. I just want to let you know, people in the nosebleed
Comment
section and the
section.
commenters, is that I was asked to be funny, and I asked him when am I never not funny, and I've been making these two laugh. So I mean, like, I have no idea what he's talking about when he's like, "Please be funny, please, I need you to be funny." Dude, I am funny. I got nothing to say about that.
Okay, look.
I mean, I could try to be funny looking, but I don't have a button on my stream deck for that.
Oh my God. All right, there you go. There's her tweet. Her pinned tweet from May 6th. So what you do is you click the tweet. It'll give you the tweet, right? And then right below all of the Japanese characters, there's this little blue button that says translate post.
By Google. Gotcha. I love how the first sentence is, "I love mature women."
Yeah.
Hey, do not comment at comment section. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's put it this way. I have an age range, people out there. It's between 5 years younger than my current age and 5 years older. So, I
Look,
mean,
here's
sure,
the
I
deal.
like mature women.
If I have to don hunting apparel for this, I will. I'll do it. I'm crazy.
What? What is he gonna hunt?
Cougars,
He just-
Sage, cougars.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Did I ever tell you about the levels?
The what? The what?
Level?
What?
So there's levels. There's levels. Hold on. Let me look it up.
I'm gonna tweet about this too while
What
we're
the-
here. When I'm like,
Levels? What?
so let's hunt cougars. Cougars. In the Vboomer
Here.
podcast and did I? Oh God! And Sergeant Sage busts out. Did I ever tell you about the levels?
Hold on.
The levels. What?
Age range.
Yeah, that's me right now. What?
There's levels. I just thought anything that was a good 8 or 9 years older was, just dude, that's what it was.
All right. So,
Yeah.
oh, AI, you're not fun.
Also, you guys should try and tweet more about Vboomers, so that way we get this in the like common VTuber vernacular, so that way our podcast pops up every time. You should.
I will try.
You should. Just like once or twice a week. I've been doing it once a day. We're like, yes, a VTuber in your 30s. Yes, another
All right,
Vboomer.
I found it.
Okay. Oh God.
Found it. So
All right.
everyone just assumes that older women are considered cougars. Well,
Yeah.
apparently there is a scale that exists.
Oh God.
Ages 18
God.
to 21,
Yeah.
you're a wildcat. Ages 22 to 29, you're a lynx.
What?
Ages 30 to 39, you're a puma. Ages 40 to 49, you're a cougar. Ages 50 to 59, you're a jaguar. Ages
What?
60 to 68, you're a panther. Age 69, you're a pussycat. Age 70 to 79, you're a cheetah. Age 80 to 89, you're a leopard. Age 90 to 99, you're a tiger. And if you're 100 plus, you're a lion.
No, that's not how that works.
Did you not know this scale existed?
No, I did not know the scale existed, and I think the scale is
Same.
wrong.
Yep. Literally, the article is listed as ladies.
Where
Not
did you
all
get
hot
this from?
older
Vice
women are
fucking
cougars.
News?
No. 105.1, the bounce. It's a radio
Was it
station.
Kotaku?
No.
It can't be Polygon because Polygon got shut the hell down.
This was from a radio station in Detroit.
Ah, that explains it.
That explains it. Yeah.
Sorry,
says, "Thank you,
Detroit,
Urban
it's nothing
Dictionary."
personal.
It says thank you, Urban Dictionary. So this must also be in the Urban Dictionary.
God.
So yeah.
Oh no.
So remember, ladies, you are not necessarily a cougar. You could be something else. Just so that way I can show this to you. Just so I'm not talking out my butt. I didn't just make it all up.
I wasn't
off my head.
following Sumini, and now I'm following Sumini, and she's like, "Ah, yes, my family returned home. We celebrated Mother's Day with seafood and sake. It was good." I'm like, ah, holy crap, he's not wrong. There literally is a list.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a list. A list.
What?
I
I just like
this
that
is an Urban
69
Dictionary
is
list.
like the one.
Fuck off.
Yeah. 69 is its
69
own
is just the
category.
one.
This is
You're
an
a
Urban Dictionary
pussycat.
list. Get out of here.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it had to have been made up. An Urban Dictionary normally puts words in there that are widely used by the populace.
Also, this is my first time reading the two words sexual appetite together.
You never heard that?
What?
No.
It's normally in reference to kinks. Sexual appetite and kinks
God.
go hand in hand.
Ah,
But to be fair, not all kinks are sexual in nature. We just want to be fair to those people that, fall under certain categories.
fair.
All right, are we gonna keep bouncing away from these tweets? Let's talk about these tweets. I'm okay, commenters. I am the problem. I admit it. I
He
am
doesn't
the
use
problem.
Twitter. Which is why when comment section was
Well, no.
like, "Oh yeah, Sage and Kiri should do the Vboomer Twitter account," I was like, "Oh, great."
It has nothing to do with me using Twitter. It's just me changing topics too much.
Yeah,
Which maybe that is a sign I have something on the spectrum.
bro,
I
you
bounce
hang out
too
with
much.
us. You very much are at home with us. Generally, people on the spectrum, they tend to find other people that are in the village, and then they settle down in the village, and then they don't leave.
I'm a multi-purpose person. I've found that I can fit with almost any clique under the right circumstances.
So you realize that a lot of that is also performative anxiety, which is caused. You're on the spectrum. Congratulations, probably. I'm not a doctor.
Shades. I have
Congrats.
no anxiety in my performance.
Because you're masking so hard because of everything that's been done to you in training. I'm not wrong.
Don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
So that is a separate thing. Most people with autism and ADHD, what they'll do is they will try and act more normal around the normals. And the more you get called out and the more normal you act. It's very exhausting.
Did I ever tell you the time that we created a mafia organization in my high school? If that's not weird and not caring about what people think of me, I don't know.
Bro,
what
why
is.
am I on a fucking list now? Again?
It didn't go anywhere. I don't know what it was. Just like
You know
a
what?
stupid
Back
thing.
to the goddamn tweets.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
done.
yes, before-
I'm done.
See, See this is why I'm a cat, commenters. This is why I'm a cat. I literally just knock over vase and new comments and new topics just fall out. That's just how it is.
Okay,
Jeez.
so the tweets that I've linked, one of them is literally Otatsuko Ray, and she's a single mom. She's got a 4-year-old.
Mhm.
She involves her kid in some of her content because single mom can't really help it. I think it's kind of cute. It's adorable. This is like 7 circles back where we were talking about VTubers should be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want with their relationships.
Yeah.
And I think this is changing a lot of that because like you would not see like, oh, I have a kid in VTubing 3 years ago. You would not.
No, definitely not.
Like hard, like no one would watch you, no one would care, no one would admit it, and the minute you find out, you'd basically just graduate and close your account.
I think for like the Western audience, at least, we're moving away a little bit more from the idol culture. Thankfully.
But here's the deal:
'Cause-
she's a Japanese streamer.
Yeah. Like I get that, but like in the Western audience so far, like we've gone
We've
a lot
challenged
further
the
from yeah, kind of. Like we've gone away further from like idol culture, which VTubing very much started in. Like
Oh god, yes it did.
Parasocial, where we're gonna
Act like we care,
Yeah.
but we really don't because we want your money.
yeah. But like thankfully, like I think mainly in the West, because it works for people in the West, that people there are also seeing like, you know what, maybe it's not a bad thing.
Right.
Kind of hoping that's the case, because
Me
idol
too.
culture is toxic.
Yes. Also, that second post literally is a middle-aged 42-year-old housewife who's like, you know what, my daughter's into this, and I decided to become a VTuber.
Fair.
No, literally, like, I kid you not, that's what she has said.
I mean, it's a
And-
fair reason.
And I'm just like, that's adorable. And then like her model very much is like a 30-year-old housewife, and I'm just like, just like my culture, Japanese mangas. Don't judge me.
I mean, I can't say anything, so
Get off.
I literally found old man yaoi the other day, so
You know, I'm surprised. I'm surprised this hasn't come up. We've had like what 6 episodes now, and this has not come up yet. Also, holy crap, we've had 6 episodes.
yeah.
Who are we gonna get as a freaking guest? We gotta start working on that behind the scenes.
Yeah, we do. We do.
God dang.
Hmm.
Ugh. If you two could converse amongst yourselves for about a moment, that would be great.
Well, surprisingly, he didn't ask why I wasn't talking the whole time. I was just waiting to see if he'd say something like, Sage, you're awfully quiet
I
over
can
there.
still hear
What's
you,
going
you
on?
traitorous dick. I'll be right back.
Oh, I like how he says we didn't even touch on that topic, but like, isn't the literal first episode we're basically talking about it, about
Yeah.
boy love, like for
Like-
most of the episode?
It's literally called the Fujoshi pilot episode.
Yeah, it is literally called the Vjoshi pilot episode. Like, I mean, come on.
I will warn everyone though, if I'm doing the Vboomer Twitter account, it will be filled with freaking yaoi. I will
I
not
support
hold
that.
back.
Speaking of supporting things, I will actually be next month running a booth at a Pride Parade, I think. Well, I won't be running it. I'm volunteering to run it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Heck
I thought it was really
yeah.
cool, and we get T-shirts. So I was like, yeah, heck yeah, free clothes. Let's
Heck
go.
yeah. That's
We're handing
awesome.
out like little trinkets and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, and it's company sponsored too, so my company is sponsoring it. I'm wondering if I can talk to my boss about considering it as work hours, as billable hours.
That would be that would be nice.
But I mean, it's also me volunteering, so they're gonna be like, "Well, no,
Mm.
you're volunteering your time." So, which
Yeah.
ah.
I mean that's
And I think
Hi.
my mom made a comment about how I better watch out because they'll be after me because they'll think I'm a bear. And I was just like, Mom, I'm losing weight. I don't even have my beard anymore because I shaved it off, and I'm starting to get thin. By the time I hit the thing, it's they and she goes, yeah. They're just gonna think you're a twink. And I was like, Jeez. I love my mother. By the way, Shids, this is not the mother whose voice you heard. That was my stepmother. I'm talking about my biological
actual
mother.
mom?
She is cray cray, and I love her. Like we could talk about anything. Like I could literally, talk about anything with that woman, and it's we have fun with it and laugh. It doesn't matter.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
And we don't censor ourselves either when we talk, so it's great.
That's hilarious.
Even my siblings, like we don't censor when we're on our mouth. Like, oh man.
Unfortunately, we have to a little bit because otherwise the YouTube algorithm gods will smite
Oh yes,
our channel.
here for sure. But
I hate it.
Yeah. By the way, I wouldn't fault you for liking mature women. There are some pretty sexy mature women out there.
Right, exactly. Like,
So
who was one of the moms in Modern Family? The Spanish one.
I don't remember her name, but I do know who you're talking.
You know exactly. Yes.
And I don't even watch Modern Family. I know who he's talking about.
Yeah,
that's just how much it's out there.
Exactly.
But yeah, so we were talking about old man Fujoshi earlier, and so are me and Sage going to be the old men Fujoshi that you're writing? Are we going to be old men, or are we going to be younger men? Or what? No, what do you consider older men?
I mean,
because you're in your 30s now. What do you consider?
Yeah.
Do you consider men in their 30s that are older than you? No, I'm just trying to get a range. Do you consider men that are in their 30s that are older than you still old men? Like, would they fall under that? The boy love stuff? No? Okay.
No, I think like the manga that I saw anyway, I'm pretty sure they were like late 40s, I want to say.
Okay, so late 40s is what you'd consider old man.
Oh no, like
boy love.
the person that drew the manga is literally referring to it as old man yaoi.
But that still doesn't answer what you consider old men.
I mean, I'd probably say like late 40s, early 50s.
Okay. I can see it. Like when the grays are starting to take their effect and they look more distinguished.
All right.
Probably.
Things like that.
Like, let me see if I can find it and I can like.
I just want to say I've got grays in my hair, and I actually like the way they look. I don't know why these men want to just dye the gray out of their hair. The salt and pepper look is amazing, and
gray hair. I will say it. Gray hair is sexy. I don't give a shit what anyone says. It's sexy.
I get comments all the time because of my gray hairs.
It like kind of links into like the kind of characters that I'm really into lately, because like I really like Silas from Love and Deep Space, who has white hair, and now I'm very much currently obsessing about Finon in Honkai Star Rail, who also has white hair. I have a type. Can't find it. Freaking.
I don't think no, that's not true. My grandfather's hair went fully gray.
Bro.
Yeah. So I'll eventually go gray.
I'm still on Sumi's.
He's doom scrolling commenters. He's scrolling down to look at that mummy.
Hey,
he's just like, I don't care if she's married. I want that mummy.
Look.
I can't find it.
Look. Literally her tweets for a chibi that someone did. It's a ridiculously cute design. A miniature MILF. What a luxury. I could just eat it up. It's so adorable. Those tiny hands and feet, I just want to touch them.
I'm just looking through my likes and I just found a Grahatia and a maid dress and I'm
Chat, I want you to know I'm very much.
Where is this freaking thing? Did I not like
Wait,
this?
are they saying that they're considering her the first in the industry? Oh no, wait, a first in the industry! Exclamation point! Question mark! Mature VTuber.
Yes, actually, they
Okay.
are.
All right.
So this is why I brought it up, and this is why I said I feel like things are changing, and that's why I also brought up the whole let your oshi be whatever. If they reveal it, just fucking support them. Otherwise, you're kind of weird, and I'm gonna judge you endlessly for no longer supporting a VTuber just because they suddenly reveal a relationship status.
Yeah.
I have one thing to say about that. Like,
What?
if you think you have a chance with your favorite
don't.
VTuber, you don't. Sorry to burst your bubble. You don't.
Honestly, the only way you'd ever have a chance is if you knew them in real life before they were a VTuber.
Right?
Like that's the only thing. Yeah.
Found it.
Even then, I fed you an hour ago. Fuck off.
Now here's another question. So I think you said that she got into it because her daughter does it, and so she figured she would do it.
I think so, yeah.
Do you think they would ever stream together? I'm sure they would stream together, right?
No, like her daughter liked VTubers and she was just like, I want to be a VTuber.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood that. I thought that her daughter was one and she saw how her daughter was doing it and she liked it, so she decided to do it too. That adds a different context to the thing.
So she just tweeted 5 minutes ago. God damn it.
It's confirmed. Shades is stalking a mature VTuber.
I am not stalking anyone. I was not subscribed. Now I am subscribed. And now I am just like, God damn.
Man, Crispy calling you out, Kidati.
Right?
No, he does that all the time. Yesterday, like one of my friends streamed for the first time yesterday, right? And I was modding for him. I swear to God, I was the one getting bullied in his chat, and I call bullshit.
Why you bully me?
I wasn't even streaming.
Why are you running? Because I'm getting bullied. That's why.
Like, if bully me on stream, sure, I'm there to be bullied. I guess not really, but sure, whatever. What a modding, man. So mean.
Okay, I'm gonna link you guys something.
Been bullied while I've been moderating.
Something
I don't think I've ever really been bullied as a streamer. I've had a lot of things that Shades of Surprise has never happened to me as a streamer yet.
So here is my thing on bullying the streamer. If your chat is actively doing that, you might as well just quit because you have lost control of the stream. And by lost control of the stream,
was a nice run, guys. Goodbye.
Here's the thing, though.
No.
You can use that to your advantage. Like,
no, you really can't.
Yes, you can.
All right, bet.
You lean into it, and then either one of two things is going to happen. They're going to get discouraged, or they're going to bring more people. And then if they bring in more people, you're making money off their ad revenue, and you're just like, yeah, right, dude. Come on. You don't really mean that, do you?
Points finger across table. Curie, what happens in your stream isn't actually bullying. We just like to clown on you from time to time.
I know.
And it's funny as shit.
So why are you showing me your toy, Shades?
I just thought that was funny. And I just wanted to segue into, I feel like VTubers don't know when a line is a line. And Hitachi Trident is definitely one of those things.
Yeah. So here's the thing is the reason why that line is hard to differentiate sometimes as VTubers, in my opinion, is the fact that a lot of people's mindset is this is the internet. Nobody's gonna know who I am if I'm using
Yeah.
stuff to mask myself. So they think that they have the power to cross certain lines that they wouldn't have
Right?
had without the mask,
Hmm.
essentially. So that's why the line is harder as a VTuber because you want people to, pay attention to you and like you and stuff like that and come watch your content. So you have to be like, oh, well, if I cross this line, which I would never do in my personal life, maybe more people will be coming and watching it. So that's
Hmm.
where, yeah, you're right. The line does get blurry for
Yeah.
VTubers.
Yeah. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
I just, ugh, man.
Also, if you do cross the line, don't backtrack on it, own it. And I don't mean if
Yeah.
it's like something crazy, like you're super racist about something. Don't own that. Apologize profusely, kowtow, and make sure your head slams against the ground multiple times because you'll get destroyed. But if it's like something like, I don't know, like really weird or whatever, just own it. Don't care if people think it's weird.
Yeah.
That's where you start losing people is because, oh, well, they're not confident enough to own it. Like,
Mm.
Yeah, like for me, for instance, I totally would want to recreate a 80s McDonald's and just, rail someone in the play place. I'm kidding.
I, it, uh, uh,
So for context, um here's the McDonald's
uh,
80s play place.
uh,
And they
I,
Oh
never
God, what the
streamed
heck?
again. Chat, sorry, comment section. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Mostly because I couldn't take Ronald McDonald looking at me with those eyes while I'm trying to, read someone's mind.
no, it's that tree you've got to worry about.
Oh,
So
oh
terrifying.
God!
You didn't notice the tree and you
No,
posted
I
it?
noticed it now. Oh God! Comment
Oh, I
section
hate
is
it.
never gonna understand what we're talking about,
Nope.
and you know what? I'm okay with that.
That's why in this portion you do a slight edit and you add
I
just the
am not
picture.
doing an edit,
It take like a 2-second edit. It literally just
sir.
like you just
Sir,
pop the picture in.
because if we do a 2 second edit for that, I have to do a 2 second edit for all of our other freaking cutaways, and then it becomes
Can you
like a
see why I
7 hour
told him I
job.
didn't want to do a YouTube channel just yet? I need
Hey,
Mm.
time to do
hey,
this stuff. Yeah.
hey!
Hey.
I'm also like writing and like editing my own YouTube shorts twice a week. So like,
Mhm. Which is why I haven't dipped my toe into the YouTube other than participating in this.
fair,
Because I don't have time for that. I've got a teenager.
true. But all I'm saying is I got time to find someone to. I can't even talk about it. God, that tree's gonna haunt my nightmares tonight.
Good.
And it's only got 2 branches. It looks like I know the face,
Uh,
like I think it's like a man face, but like
I've
with the two
seen
like
this,
twin with like the two twin like branches that come off that look like
right?
side ponies. I can't tell if it's a guy tree or a girl tree. But
Right?
whatever it's looking at, it's
whatever
happening.
it is, it's
Whatever it
freaking
is,
nightmare
creepy.
fuel.
Right? Nightmare.
Actually, you know what? You don't even have to edit shades. What you do is you pin a comment with the post, and then people can
Mm.
check it out themselves.
I might.
You pin a comment with the post in the video channel, like in the comments of the
Oh,
video.
I could do that.
Yeah. That
But
way
I
you don't
think
have
our
to edit.
channel's got links disabled by default. So.
Oh, until we
Uh,
get monetized, we can't put links in there
Oh
or
no,
something.
just to prevent people from spamming links.
Smart.
Yeah, but
Smart.
as the content creator who has access to the thing, you
I mean, I
should
could
be
try
able to
it.
put them in there. I
I
don't
could
see.
try it.
I can't understand if they would do that. That's just like somebody making a tutorial video and they cite their sources with the links, like, but
I
they
could see
have them
it.
turned off for there. Like, I mean, I just don't see why YouTube would stop the creator from putting a link in.
Mm.
There's a way to do it.
More than likely.
Alrighty then. What are we moving on to?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Especially because, like, my short ribs idea and kimchi was totally destroyed by the fact that you were like, hey, that's 3-year-old meat. You probably shouldn't eat that. God
Clip
damn
that!
it.
Clip that! Clip that! That is clippable material.
Fuck. This is going to be the short, isn't it?
3-year-old meat in his mouth.
So, chat, why did your podcast get canceled?
To add context, because we can go ahead and cut that to a short for the meat in the mouth thing.
Bro, right?
But Shades has meat that has been in his freezer for 3 years, and I am advising him
Not to
not
consume
eat it.
Yeah.
Not to consume it. It will make him sick.
And you're like, why is he cleaning out his freezer? Well, I'm moving. Which is why we're doing these double episodes. So that way, in case I'm without internet for a while, we can just get that taken care of.
Yeah, you can just set the timer to auto post the next episode if needed.
Exactly. So,
enter meme of Eddie Murphy pointing at his head saying, "So smart."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm getting hungry.
Bruh. Oh, God, I should not have followed that mature VTuber.
Oh.
Oh, no. So, you remember the pink-haired demon girl from Freerun?
Yeah.
Like the first couple episodes where she's like, oh, well, I've been suppressing my power for thousands of years. You might as well just kill yourself.
Yeah.
So now I've got a photo on my Twitter timeline of, wait, you want me to have what hairstyle? You realize that was years ago, and I absolutely hate it now. I'm not doing that again. And it's literally, she's got like a 7-year-old holding on to her shirt, and she's got like a toddler in her arms, and I'm like, God damn it. I wish I had a family. Fuck. That's not in the cards. Yet. Chat, yet.
Yeah,
Comment
you have
section.
time.
Yet.
Men have it easier with that. We're not on a biological
bro, at
clock
some point
for
though,
kids.
everyone starts going, wow, he's a groomer.
I guess that would depend on. I know. I'm of the opinion that age only matters if you make it matter. Obviously, legal age you have to be.
Yeah. Make sure
But,
everyone's
like-
a legal consenting adult.
But like, if some dude in his 50s was dating some dude in their or something, yeah, some dude. No.
And Kiri's
Was-
just like, immediately,
Some-
write it down, write it down.
Immediately writing down, furious notes taking. Some guy in his 50s was dating some woman in, say, their mid 30s.
Yeah.
Like, that's not necessarily a bad thing, right?
Mm.
But it becomes, I guess people have problems with it if it becomes this 50-year-old is now dating somebody in their late 20s.
Yeah.
Then people find it weird. But I mean, ultimately, if you are happy, you don't have to tell people I mean, obviously they can see there's an age gap, but you don't have to tell people how big it is. You don't have to do any of that stuff. If you two were meant to each other, then that's just how it is. But I personally have a 5-year age range between 5 years younger or 5 years older, because I feel like that's a safe range for dating and being with somebody, because they're close enough to you in age that you can relate.
Yeah, I could see it.
For certain things. Yeah. Because you want somebody you can relate with. You don't want to have a partner where you're like, hey man, blah 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 blah, and they're just like,
Bro, right?
What?
Skibbity toilet. Wait, what?
Yeah, brain rot.
I have watched all of the Skibbity Toilet. It is very tragic.
I love Skibbity Biden.
I have not watched any of it, and I'm not planning to.
Skibbity Biden.
Okay.
Have you not seen Skibbity
No, I
Joe
have not.
Biden? My daughter cringes every time I say. She goes, "Stop it! Stop talking about Skibbity Joe."
My god, I talk about it more out of spite. I would.
Oh no, I do. Just like she'll start doing her brain rot with like the Skibbity Gat, Ohio, whatever, blah blah blah, and I'll be like, yeah, Skibbity Biden. And she's like, Dad, seriously, Dad.
And then you're like, well, turn that shit
No.
off, you little shit.
No. All right. I've got a topic.
All right,
I'm
what are you
popping up
bringing to
in
the
there.
table? Because otherwise,
I'm
like, I
posting
love
it.
how when we started, we were all like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna prepare our topics beforehand," and now we're just like on the podcast while the other ones are talking. We're just bringing up the stupid shit we find on our social media accounts to like just gab about it. I fucking love that.
Viewers, this is why we're looking towards you. If we're able to make money on this, we can eventually hire somebody to do the research for us, and then we just read the Spark Notes, and we give you better content.
All right, here's the deal. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Tavern is out. Get out. Just go. Just go away.
So okay, chat, commenters, viewers, people on the internet. What we're about to discuss is which slice of pizza is superior. You know how people slice pizza differently? Like, obviously, you got your traditional pie where they slice it into the triangles. Well, I mean, you've got different types of pizza slices. So that's what we're about to discuss. And before anybody says their choices, viewers, the choices are Chicago style slicing, Neapolitan style slicing, Detroit style slicing, which is like rectangular.
The obvious
New York, the classic New York, which is the big floppy piece of pizza.
Hey,
Tavern pizza.
You can't
which is
talk
like,
about floppy things on YouTube. Fuck, we're demonetized.
I said big floppy piece of pizza. I didn't say big floppy salami. I said big floppy piece of pizza.
Bro, chat, don't eat your salami if it's floppy. That's probably not good salami.
The tavern style, which is, I think, obviously that's something you kind of see at like a kid's cafeteria at a school, and then Sicilian style. So yeah, you guys obviously can't see the picture, which I apologize for. If we ever get monetized and we're able to afford to put time into this,
look, here's the deal.
We can add images.
Here's the deal. We can add images. We can get an editor, and we can just cut away to the editor doing stuff.
Yeah.
When it's not just poor shades doing it, please, comment section, tell a friend about us. Sorry, I get a little enthused the more drunk I get, and I've had way too many.
Pizza is universal, but I don't know how much influence pizza has with Kadadi being in the UK.
I mean,
don't you just throw curry and chips on top of it and call it good?
I mean, to be fair, like a little while back, I'm sure you can do that over there as well. Like you can buy like pizza bases and you can just make your own pizza.
Yeah.
At one point I was like, I'm gonna get like chip shop curry sauce.
Oh,
and I'm going to like have chicken on there and mozzarella, and that was so good.
Like, are we talking like you get some like deep fried chicken strips and you chop them up and throw them on there, so it's like crunchy, crispy chicken? Or are you talking like just chicken breasts,
chicken thighs?
Chicken thighs, gotcha.
Marinated in soy sauce.
Well, I know the curry. I'm talking about the chicken. She said she's gonna have chicken.
Oh my god, you did like a oh my god, oh my,
curry sauce is amazing. I don't know what you're talking about. What?
Oh my god, yo, this sounds gas. Yo, hey, I got a question though for you, Carrie. Why did you not tweet it?
What, the pizza?
Yeah, the pizza.
Also,
I didn't think about it.
back to the pizza. Slice.
Bro.
I'd probably go for a Neapolitan.
You would say that.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
You dirty European.
To preface this, the Neapolitan, it's got a thick crust, but it's thin. It's thin base.
I like thin base. Thin base pizzas are, I'm sorry, they're superior.
Is it because they get extra crispy?
Yeah.
Comment section. We will see you never. This is the last episode of the Vboomer cast. This is gonna be what this is our Yoko Ono.
I think I kind of agree with the Neapolitan, but
I
I
hate it
think
here.
more often than not, I would have Sicilian.
Okay, so one of you is horribly wrong. The other one of you is kind of correct. Detroit style pizza all the way.
So
Mm.
why
Mhm.
Detroit? Is it because the toppings are above the cheese?
The toppings are above the cheese, and that is a solid, just hunk of bread and
Well,
sauce
the
infused. Just
the Detroit style, they use extra sauce, or is that the
yeah.
Chicago that has the extra
So
sauce?
the Chicago one uses the extra sauce. The Detroit,
Okay.
they basically just take a whole pizza dough base. They just
Mhm.
lay it in like a sheet pan. They just let that rise. They throw the cheese and the sauce and all the good stuff on top of it. It's really thick.
So it's a loaf of bread with toppings.
Yes.
How is that superior to the pizza slices that we recommended?
Because if I'm
I could
6
literally
meters
go
deep,
down, grab a loaf of
just
bread out of my
do
closet, and just
because
sprinkle it
if
with
I
some
am
cheese and
6
some
beers
pepperoni.
deep, I can go to Little Caesars and get one of these for $7, and I can
Little
walk back.
Sleezers.
Exactly.
You know what you could also get at Little Caesars? A
These
normal
nuts.
pizza.
I'm gonna sound like the snobby European. I have had pizza in Italy before, and I have not been able to eat like pizza over here. Like,
I can see
Oh.
that. If I had pizza overseas, I probably would not be able to eat pizza stateside again.
Okay.
it's not the
So
same.
here's my deal. Here's my deal. Detroit will always be #1 in my heart. That is not a pizza though. It's not. It's just not.
It's
No.
a loaf of bread with toppings.
It
Yeah, I
is.
got
Yeah.
you.
So I'm gonna have to go with that classic New York slice.
All right.
I'm
He
okay
likes
with
he
that
likes
one,
them
too.
big and floppy, guys. He likes them big and floppy. Gotcha.
I do.
Maybe with a little bit of cheese.
You have no idea. None of you have seen photos of my ex-wife. God damn.
Okay.
Sorry,
No,
chat.
okay, left
Remembering back to certain things. Look, all I'm saying is if they're large enough to be a danger when certain things are being performed, I enjoy that.
He likes the danger aspect.
Yes. Don't you side-eye me over there.
All right. So
You can't even hear her fucking laugh.
I'm-
She's speaking
I'm
her
I'm
mic
not
so
trying to be mean about your ex-wife. I don't know them. I can only form opinions based off what you've said. Even then, they're not complete.
She was a
opinions.
very short, very thick Korean woman. You don't need to know any more than that. I like them a little chunky.
You had to choose one of these sixes. What slice would your ex-wife be?
Definitely Chicago style.
Yeah,
She's saucy. She's thick.
thick and saucy.
Yeah. She also gonna take half my house at a fire. There was no literal fire, chat. It's metaphorical fire. Okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna circle over to eating authentic food and not being able to eat it anywhere the hell else. And yeah, I know we're a little over time for an hour and a half, but I need to talk about this. Otherwise, I'm gonna forget it before fucking next week. Curie, you talked about having authentic, like, Italian pizza, right?
Yeah.
So, not authentic Italian food per se. When I say
I mean,
per
I've had
se,
like
because
pasta as well.
I don't know if people would count me having like Italian food from like first generation Italian immigrants in the Bronx as like quote unquote authentic. You know what I mean?
So I would throw that in the no category because the ingredients aren't going to be a one-for-one
Yeah.
match. It's
And they
really
probably have to like change some stuff up as well for
They
like
have to
local
change a few things.
preferences.
But they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't change anything. This was
But
literally.
that's not the thing. The tomatoes grown in the states that they would have had access to are not gonna have the same flavor
Oh
profile as tomatoes
no!
grown in the soil of the home country. Like they're not like
Oh no! I didn't
because
even think about
the
that.
soil composition has different minerals and stuff. Yeah, no. Wherever you grow your plants is going to affect the flavor of your plants.
Oh, okay. So how about I preface it by saying this instead? Not even preface it. How about I just say this? I've had Italian food cooked by Italian immigrants in New York City.
Mhm.
And I can never go into any kind of like mom and pop place that's like not authentic. Like I
Okay.
can just tell. I can just look at your
No,
menu and I
that's
can be
fine.
like,
It doesn't have to be a
yes.
country. It could be a food that you've made that you've had somewhere that you can never eat that food from anywhere else because it'll never compare.
All right,
Mhm.
so dead ass. Like I said, any Italian shop in New York City, hands, legs, feet, and arms above anything else anywhere else in the world. Until I go get it from the source.
Yeah.
Are there VTuber conventions in Italy? Let us book a trip.
I'm sure they exist, Shades.
Okay, let's go.
And Karada, you said yours was the pizza from Italy.
Yeah.
I would have to say, and this is I've traveled to other countries and I've eaten other food because of my work for the military and stuff like that. I've gotten to travel. Um, I will say that, and even though I could say something about those experiences, I will have to say the food that I make myself that I've eaten at restaurants is ends up always tasting so much better, and I can never go
Mm.
back. So like Chinese food, General Tso's chicken. I used to love General Tso's chicken, and I would get it from restaurants and all that stuff. Ever since I started making it myself, it tastes 10 times better, and I can never order that in a restaurant ever again.
Mm.
Oh,
It just doesn't taste the same. They use too much breading, especially when I can make mine with the meat quantity that I want. You know. And yeah,
Yeah.
you could be like, well, it's the crunchy part that you want, and the chicken is the extra. But
you want the
no,
chicken.
I want the chicken. Um, no, I have eaten lamb in the Middle East, and it is so much
Oh,
better than the lamb here in the States. I
Oh,
can tell
I
you that.
bet.
I'm
Oh yeah.
jealous
Oh.
bet.
immediately.
Ooh.
Mm.
Mhm. And the first time I had hummus was in the Middle East too. And the
I
oils
love
and stuff that
hummus.
they put. Oh, I love hummus too. I'm thinking about getting my own chickpeas to make my own at home.
Yeah.
Get some chickpeas. Get
Homemade
some
hummus. Mm.
lemon
I'm
juice and some
hungry.
red pepper flakes.
I usually make mine with like fresh garlic.
Yeah, could do that. I could.
Mm.
I've got a plane that I can use to grate the garlic very fine and
Nice.
put that in there. Yeah, yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm immediately jealous.
I normally put this offer there for everybody I know, but if anybody ever showed up for me, I would cook them a meal, and you would be like, "That is delicious. That is
All right,
delicious."
I'll book a flight.
Speaking of which, that meal that I made, the crock pot
Yeah, that
Mongolian
Mongolian
beef,
beef.
I ended up bringing. So I had made it, and I ended up bringing out. I went to go pick up my daughter, and so I ended up bringing out some rice and some of it for my ex, because I figured she could use a home cooked meal because they don't really cook a lot because of how busy they are. But I put time in to cook, like it's baked
Mm.
into my schedule. Baked. And
God dang
so
it.
I brought it to her, and like literally she just was like, "Oh my god, this is so good." So hey, ladies, if any of you are looking for a house husband that has an income and doesn't need to work, I'm there. I'll cook for you.
I would do jazz hands, but I can't do jazz hands.
Bro, same.
I can do these hands. Oh god, I got three
Oh, you
hands.
got
Holy
three
shit,
hands.
what the hell? All right. So, with that, comment section. Does Sage have a third arm secretly? Will there be another Vboomer cast after our horrible pizza debacle? Find out next time. Like, share, comment, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Maybe. I'm kidding. We'll be here.
Maybe.
Bye.